gifts rich and rare. Rivers, valleys, hills, and mountains, all these gifts we do extol. Healthy lands of life, oh fountain giving cheer that warms the soul. Darling me, God has blessed thee with a kind mind and right. Pastures green and clouds of beauty, filling all with your delight. And the people strong and healthy, full of godly reverence big. May we ever sing to praise thee for these gifts so rich and rare. Come ye forward, sons and daughters of this champion here. Strive for honor, sons and daughters, to the right be firmly dead. Toil with hearts and hands and voices, we must prosper, sound the call, in which everyone rejoices. Hold for inch and inch for all.
Thank you. Please remain standing while I invite Mr. Cameron Augustine to lead us in prayer.
Bow our heads and close our eyes. Heavenly Father, we gather here today with grateful hearts as we celebrate the 21st Entrepreneurial Graduate Ceremony of the Dominica Youth Business Trust. Thank you for bringing us to this moment and for guiding each participant through their journey of learning, growth, and perseverance. Lord, we place these graduates in your hands. Continue to walk with them as they step into the next stage of their lives. When they face uncertainty, be their calm. When they face struggle, be their strength. When they dream, be their guide. Fill their minds with wisdom and their hearts with courage, so that they may use their gifts to uplift themselves and their families and communities. We lift the mentors, supporters, and everyone who has played a part in shaping these young entrepreneurs. Bless them for their patience, their kindness, and their willingness to give up themselves. Father, we ask that you continue to watch over the Dominica Youth Business Trust. Keep their work rooted in compassion and support. Help us remain a place where young people are encouraged and supported and empowered to rise. As we begin, Father, we commit this ceremony into your hands. Remind us that every good thing comes from you, and help us carry a spirit of gratitude wherever we go. Let everything done here honor you and your blessings to all present. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Augustine. You may be seated. Let me recognize the presence of Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Minister for Investment and Governance. Honorable Greta Roberts, Minister for Culture, Youth Sports and Community Development. Honorable Miriam Blanchard, Parliamentary Representative for the Rosendale constituency, and Minister for Labour, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development. Other honorable members of Cabinet. Your Worship, Sandra Elinore, Mayor of Rosal, Ms. Frederica James, Chairperson of the Dominica Youth Business Trust Board of Trustees and other trustees, Mr. Philip Roll, Coordinator, Dominica Youth Business Trust, and other staff of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, Ms. Merita Hyacinth, Chief Youth Development Officer, and other heads of division of the Ministry of Culture, Youth Sports, and Community Development. Mr. Sheldon Daru, DYBT Trustee, Ms. Shanika Bogart, graduates, other invited guests, and the media, good afternoon. Welcome to the Dominica Youth Business Trust 21st Graduation and Awards Ceremony. And to do the official welcome, I now invite Honorable Minister Miriam Blanchard, Parliamentary Representative for the Rosendale constituency, to give the welcome remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before I begin, I wish to recognize in our presence Honorable Roosevelt Skerry, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and the Minister for Investment and Governance, Honorable Dr. Irwin McIntyre, Minister for Finance, Honorable Greta Roberts, Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, my other Cabinet colleagues and parliamentary colleagues, Chairperson Mrs. Letitia Lestrade White, Mayor of Roseau, Sandra Elinore, Mr. Philip Roll, Coordinator, DYBT, and the staff of the DYBT, Ms. Frederica James, Chairperson, DYBT, and Board of Trustees and other trustees, Ms. Marita Harrison, Chief Youth Development Officer, and other heads of the Division of the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development, Mr. Daru, DYBT Trustee, Ms. Bogart, graduating class, invited guests, media, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to formally welcome you to this 21st graduation and award ceremony of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, a signature event proudly held as part of the 2025 Global Entrepreneurship Week's celebration on the inspiring theme, Together We Build. Today, as we gather, we celebrate achievement, but more importantly, we acknowledge vision, discipline, and the determination of our young entrepreneurs. We celebrate the courage it takes to dream, the resilience it takes to persist, and the creativity it takes to innovate in an ever-changing world. We celebrate over 100 young Dominicans who stand before us, not only as beneficiaries of the DYBT programs, but also as architects of their own future. Each of you, having completed your training with the DYBT, demonstrated that with preparation, mentorship, opportunity, and hard work, you can move closer to your entrepreneurial goals. To the graduating class group, I extend my warm and most heartfelt congratulations. Your presence here today is powerful. It is confirmation that you are willing to invest in yourself, that you see value in your entrepreneurial dreams, and it is a reminder to all of us that the spirit of innovation in Dominica is alive, vibrant, and expanding. This ceremony is also about recognizing what stands behind you, the network of support that has helped guide you to this moment. The DYBT has once again demonstrated why it remains one of the most impactful youth development mechanisms in our country. With its model of entrepreneurship training, business plan development, mentorship, access to financing, and continuous guidance, the DYBT has become a beacon of hope for hundreds of young people striving to build their own financial future. Indeed, the DYBT has created a space where ideas are treated with seriousness and dreams are given direction. We sometimes lose sight of the importance of the ecosystem. Entrepreneurship cannot thrive in isolation. It thrives where there are policies that encourage mentorship, where communities show support, and where governments design programs that reduce barriers. It thrives in environments where young innovators are not made to feel alone. This is what the DYBT has provided for over 2 decades, a nurturing environment where young people are taught, empowered, encouraged, and equipped to succeed. I am particularly proud of the work being done through the DYBT. And as a parliamentary representative for the Roseau North constituency, I have witnessed firsthand the transformative impact of the DYBT on the lives of young men and women in our communities. Before we begin, for instance, one young man with his camera, photographer, showed up in front of me and I smiled. He's from the Roseau North constituency, and I reminded him he too was a graduate. I think, was it last year or the year before? Was it last year? 2 years ago, year before. There you go. I see young people who once doubted their ability to start a business now standing confidently behind their products and services. I see talent that was once hidden emerging into the spotlight. I hear stories of growth, stories of young farmers adopting new technologies, creatives expanding their brands, technicians diversifying their services, artisans building value added products, and digital entrepreneurs designing innovative solutions for local markets. These stories matter because entrepreneurship is about more than profit. It is about unlocking the potential that already exists within our young people, fostering a mindset of resilience and adaptability, both essential in the world shaped by rapid technological advancements, shifting markets, and global uncertainty. The theme for Global Entrepreneurial Week, Together We Build, is indeed fitting for many reasons. It reminds us that success is a collective effort. No business exists in a vacuum. No entrepreneur succeeds alone. For our country to achieve economic transformation, we must adopt a shared approach. Government, the private sector, communities, families, and the young people themselves. Together, we build networks of opportunity. Together, we create smoother pathways for accessing capital. Together, we lift the standard of business practices in our country. And together, we ensure that entrepreneurship becomes a driver of economic resilience, innovation, and sustainable development. This theme also aligns with the broader vision of our government, a vision where small businesses and young entrepreneurs play a central role in national development, where the economic pie does not simply get larger but becomes more accessible. Every initiative, from access to financing to training programs to digital transformation, is geared towards strengthening our entrepreneurial community. To our graduates, allow me to speak directly to you for a minute. You have successfully completed one stage of your entrepreneurial journey, but the true test begins now. Let me remind you that the world of business will require courage. It will require flexibility. It will demand integrity. It will test you. It will test your belief in yourself, but you must keep building. Build with discipline because structure is the foundation of sustainability. Build with purpose because businesses that solve real problems endure. Build with humility because learning never stops. Build with integrity because trust is a great asset for any entrepreneur to possess. And above all, build with community in mind because your success can inspire someone, transform their family, and uplift their community. You are a part of a generation uniquely positioned to lead the next wave of Dominican innovation. I want you to leave here today knowing that your government believes in you. The DYBT believes in you. But most importantly, believe in yourselves and in the value that you bring to the table. Dominica needs your creativity, your courage, and your leadership. It is my pleasure once again to welcome all of you to this event. Together, let us build stronger businesses and stronger communities. And together, let us build a stronger, more resilient, and more prosperous Dominica. Welcome and let the celebration truly begin. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. To give the DYBT overview, we now welcome Mr. Philip Roll. I can also say Honorable Philip Roll. I think I should be saying Honorable. He is the DYBT coordinator. Let's make him feel welcome.
A pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Let me recognize in our presence the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Honorable Greta Roberts, the Minister of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Honorable Miriam Blanchard, the Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau North constituency and also Minister for Labour. I recognize the Minister for Finance, Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Honorable Fidel Grant, Honorable Akia Joseph, and Honorable Kent Edwards. Also, the DYBT chairperson, Ms. Frederica James, and the other trustees of the DYBT, the Chief Youth Development Officer, Ms. Marita Hyacinth, all of the graduates, all the invited guests, and the media. A pleasant good afternoon to everybody. The Dominica Youth Business Trust continues to be one of the most critical institutions for youth empowerment and economic development in our country. At its core, the trust is about unlocking potential, taking dreams, ideas, and ambitions and helping turn them into structured, viable, sustainable enterprises. That's the work that we do every day. And this past year, we did it with renewed passion, deeper partnerships, and a stronger commitment of service. We hit the ground running with the addition of a new team member, Ms. Plizia Augustine, who assumed the role of Enterprise Development Officer. Having studied in China and obtained her master's degree, also serving as a teacher, she quickly became a pillar of our training team, bringing both structure and creativity to our entrepreneurial programs. Not long after, we hosted the 20th anniversary award ceremony, which was right here. And it was an elegant, memorable evening of appreciation, recognition, and reflection. It gave us the opportunity not just to celebrate 20 years of DYBT, but to honor the individuals and institutions whose tireless contributions have helped build this organization into what it is today. Now, over the last year, DYBT has continued to deliver high quality, practical, relevant training designed to equip entrepreneurs not just to survive, but to compete, to innovate, and to grow. In March, we hosted the 19th EDP with 18 participants successfully completing the intensive 4-week training. In June, we held the 31st Small Business Assistance Facility, which targeted existing entrepreneurs. This cohort saw 19 business owners strengthen their management skills, improve systems, and explore growth strategies. And in September, we hosted the 34th SBF, that's our online cohort, which attracted an impressive 36 entrepreneurs. We are particularly proud to have maintained our virtual option post COVID 19, as it offers flexibility to working entrepreneurs who simply can't step away from their businesses for daytime training. This is how we evolve to better serve. Now, what stood out to us this year was not just the completion rates, but the interest levels. The demand for training was higher than ever, a clear sign that Dominican entrepreneurs are seeing economic opportunity, recognizing the importance of management training, and aligning with the government's push to grow our small business community. At DYBT, we pride ourselves in being able to listen to our entrepreneurs. And after one of our training programs, there was a deep desire for additional support in social media marketing because they said that a 1 hour session was not enough. And as a direct response to that, we launched a 3 day social media marketing training and content creation workshop in May, which saw 25 participants. We hosted a second cohort in October 2025, just ahead of the independent season, to help entrepreneurs maximize seasonal sales. And I must say a special thank you to Mr. Ronald Abraham, who facilitated both sessions at minimal cost. Actually, it was so minimal that staff complained that we should have paid him more. And you can see them laughing because they felt that we really should have paid him more. However, as we always say, entrepreneurship is not just about building a business, it's also about being seen. Visibility leads to opportunity, and opportunity leads to growth. In December 2024, we hosted the second annual DYBT Caterer Showcase, creating a platform for lesser known and culinary entrepreneurs, not only to promote their offerings, but for people to taste their offerings. We invited over 60 public and private sector institutions with one goal in mind to help these entrepreneurs get orders and bookings, especially ahead of the Christmas season. Now, I'm pleased to now announce once again that the third annual DYBT Caterer Showcase will be held on the 12th of December at the Prevost Cinema from 10 a.m. Now, consider this your personal invitation to come, to taste, to support, and perhaps to book a caterer for your next office gathering or family event. Over the years, over the summer, we proudly partnered with Ms. Shirley Vigilant on her Kidpreneur Summer Program. There, we interacted with some of Dominica's most impressive entrepreneurs in the making, most of them under the age of 12. We congratulate Mrs. Vigilant, her husband, and her team for an excellent initiative. And I'm pleased to say that once they say the word, we'll be there again to support next year. With respect to mentorship, recognizing that mentorship is vital for entrepreneur success, we strengthened our mentorship program this year. We revised our onboarding process and also enhanced our training for both mentors and mentees to improve the quality of relationships and outcomes. However, we do note that there is still more to be done. I wish to thank in a special way Mrs. Diane Laron for her leadership and focus in this area. Also, this year, we marked an important milestone as we advanced our EU funded regional entrepreneurship project, led by our project officer, Mr. Eamon Gibbons. We successfully completed the first cohort in May, covering personal development, career guidance, and entrepreneurship skills. Additionally, we have launched an exciting initiative at the Dominica State College dubbed the My DYBT Semester, designed to support students already in business or aspiring to become entrepreneurs. We look forward to expanding this partnership in the new semester, and our sincere thanks goes out to the Dominica State College for their collaboration. As I close, I want to pause for gratitude. To our graduates, congratulations. Remember, graduation does not mean goodbye. Our office is still there. The location does not change. The number does not change. So please, as you continue along your entrepreneurship, remember your entrepreneurship journey, remember that we are here for you and with you. To my DYBT team, thank you for your hard work, your heart, your creativity, and your dedication. And I must say a special thank you to Cameron, who contacted every single participant who is here today. And I'm sure you can attest to that, that he called, WhatsApp, or sent an email to ensure that you were here today. So thank you very much, Cameron. To the Chief Youth Development Officer, the Board of Trustees, our ministers, and of course, our Prime Minister and the government of Dominica. Thank you for your guidance, for your support, and for your unwavering belief in youth entrepreneurship. And to the many partners and stakeholders, thank you for walking alongside us. Ladies and gentlemen, DYBT is not just about building entrepreneurs. We are about building capacity, building confidence, and building a stronger Dominica. Thank you, and may your journey ahead be filled with growth, collaboration, and success.
For our participants, so I'd first call the EDP graduate, Ms. Joanne Joseph, and then we will have the social media training impression by Mr. Irving Pending.
Okay, good afternoon, Honorable Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Minister for Investment and Governance, Honorable Greta Roberts, Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Honorable Miriam Blanchard, Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau North constituency and Minister for Labour, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. Other honorable ministers of cabinet, Mrs. Letitia Lestrade, Mrs. Frederica James, Mr. Philip Roll, Mrs. Merita Hyacinth. So a little backstory. Um, During my training, I remember once upon a lunch break, Mr. Rowe came to me and he asked me to give my opinion or impression of how the training was going so far. And I was so excited to. I had to do it the following day and I was sick, so I did not show up to training. And I thought, boy, shit, Mr. Rowe going to ask somebody else to do it. And then I got a call from Kizia asking me to do it. And here I am today again, not feeling my best. So I feel like this is fit. So when I first began developing the idea for Touch by Joe, I was driven by a deep love for wellness, healing, and creating peaceful and relaxing experiences for others. I knew I had a unique touch, a mobile and outdoor spa therapy service that brings relaxation directly to the clients, whether at their home, the beach, outdoors. But even with passion and purpose, I quickly realized that building a business requires more than just a great idea. In the early stages of planning, I was doing everything based on instinct, thinking through prices in my head, imagining how I wanted things to flow, and trying to map out my services without any real structure, just overly excited. I didn't yet understand how much planning, organization, and strategy were necessary to turn Touch by Joe into a successful wellness brand. Those early uncertainties were simply lessons waiting to happen. My name is Joni Joseph, proud graduate of the Dominica Youth Business Trust Entrepreneurship Development Program and founder of Touch by Joe, a new mobile and outdoor spa therapy service currently in its pre-start phase. The business will offer massages, facials, pedicures, waxing, body treatments, and a growing line of handmade wellness products, all rooted in holistic rejuvenation and mental wellness. The EDP helped me put the real organization behind my vision. Throughout the program, we were encouraged to think outside the box, to believe in our ideas, and to take risks to turn our ideas into a reality. The EDP program has really exposed us to valuable skills such as the importance of proper financial planning, customer service, setting clear goals, effective communication, and building a strong marketing strategy, all essential tools for future success. Participating in the Business Plan Innovation Award competition was another turning point. I never imagined myself confidently presenting my business idea or understanding my numbers well enough to explain them to a group of judges. But with the support of the DYBT team, I was able to step outside of my comfort zone and speak boldly about my vision. That experience taught me to refine my ideas, communicate clearly, and see myself not just as someone with a concept, but as a future entrepreneur with real potential. Now, as Touched by Joe prepares to officially launch, I feel more confident, more informed, and more focused than ever. Thanks to the EDP, I have a stronger pricing system, clearer marketing plans, and a solid foundation to build upon. To the DYBT team, thank you for your belief in young people like me. Your guidance and support has not only shaped my business, but strengthened my confidence and a way of thinking as an entrepreneur. To my fellow graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments. This is just the beginning. We are learning to see challenges as opportunities and embrace leadership with passion and purpose. And to aspiring entrepreneurs, my message is simple. Take advantage of every opportunity DYBT provides, whether it's training, mentorship, or competitions. These experiences are what will shape and prepare you for the realities of business. Don't be afraid to start small or make mistakes. Growth comes from learning and evolving. In closing, I leave you with this saying. Working towards your goal is like walking in the fog. You can't see the destination, but you can always see the next step. I thank you.
I agree with you. That's my turn. Miss Joseph, I now invite Mr. Pending. And Mr. Pending, you don't have to go through the salutation. You can just go into your presentation.
Good evening, everybody. Imagine a space where your skill rich people who genuinely need them, where your business becomes visible and your ideas starts real conversations. That's the doorway this training has opened up for us. It's a pleasure to share this impression on behalf of the participants of the Dominica Youth Business Trust Social Media Marketing Training. At the start, many of us didn't know what to expect. Social media feels familiar, but over the past 3 days, we've learned how powerful it really is when used with intention. This program didn't just give us the tools, it shifted how we think about content, branding, and connecting with our audience. We learned social media isn't just about posting pictures or sharing updates. It's about strategy, consistency, and engagement. From creating professional content using hashtags effectively to understanding analytics, building our brand identity, Every session provided us with practical tools we can now use directly in our businesses. For someone like me offering electronic and electrical services, this experience has been truly valuable. I am now able to present my work in a more polished and engaging way. Simple things like using Canva, CapCut to create clean before and after videos, designing posts highlighting safety tips, and showcasing completed jobs have already made a difference. I clearly see how a stronger online presence will help customers understand the range of services that I offer. Going forward, I plan to create weekly educational posts, share testimonials, and use analytics to understand what content my audience responds to. I also intend to build consistent visual style for my brand and make short tutorials to help people solve basic household electrical issues while encouraging them to contact a certified technician when necessary. These are small steps that will help my position my business more clearly in the market. One of the highlights of this training was the collaboration among participants. We came from different sectors but shared the same goal to grow that sense of community that made the learning experience richer. On behalf of all of us, thank you to the DYBT for offering this opportunity and for continuously supporting young entrepreneurs. And sincere thanks to our facilitator, Mr. Ronald Abraham, whose guidance made each session practical and engaging. To my fellow participants, well done. We leave here more confident and better equipped to tell our stories online. As we move forward, let's remember social media is not just about likes and followers. It's about connection, impact, and purpose. Let's continue using these skills to grow our businesses and make a meaningful impact in our communities. Thank you once again and congratulations to everyone.
Mr. Pendant came up here very serious and he went back with a smile. We'd now like to welcome Honorable Greta Roberts, Minister for Culture, Youth Sports and Community Development, to deliver remarks.
Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Minister for Investment and Governance. Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister for Finance. Honorable Miriam Blanchard, Parliamentary Representative for the Rosa North constituency and Minister for Labour. Other honorable members of Cabinet, Honorable Grant, Honorable Joseph, Honorable Edwards, Miss Sandra Ermin Roy, Mayor of Roseau, Miss Frederica James, Chairperson of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, Mr. Philip Roll, Coordinator of the Dominica Youth Business Trust and other members of staff of the DYBT, Miss Marita Hyacinth, Chief Youth Development Officer, other heads of department of the Ministry of Culture, Youth Sports and Community Development, Mr. Sheldon Daru, Shanika Bogart, graduates, the special people of today, other invited guests, the media, a blessed afternoon to you all. Once again, it is my pleasure to address you as we gather to celebrate a significant milestone, one that reflects the growth of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, and most importantly, the achievements of over 100 young Dominicans who have demonstrated commitment, discipline, and a deep belief in the power of learning as the foundation of sustainable business success. Today, we celebrate each of you who chose not only to dream, but to prepare, You understood that knowledge expands opportunities and that training is not a cost, but an investment in your future. For this, I extend heartfelt congratulations. You chose the path of growth, and that is why we are here today, to acknowledge your efforts and to applaud your determination. Your success is also a reflection of the government's continued investment in youth development through the Dominica Youth Business Trust. Every program you completed was heavily subsidized by the government. For instance, the Entrepreneurial Development Program, which cost over $3,000 per participant, was made accessible to you at a fraction of that cost. And we all know that the value you gained far exceeds any monetary figure. This is a clear demonstration of your government's commitment to empowering young people, expanding opportunity, and removing barriers. Youth entrepreneurship is a cornerstone for nation building. Entrepreneurs are innovators, problem solvers, wealth creators, and contributors to social change. When you establish a business, you create more than products. You create jobs, you strengthen communities, and you contribute to Dominica's resilience. Entrepreneurship allows you to transform passion into purpose, ideas into income, and potential into progress. When our youth succeed in business, Dominica succeeds. Graduates, the training you received has equipped you with modern business plans and financial tools. You have learned to navigate challenges, to manage resources wisely, to build professional networks, and to embrace innovation. I encourage you to put this knowledge into action. Do not allow your certificates to become decorations on the wall. Let them become instruments of transformation in your businesses, your communities, and your country. The theme for this year's Global Entrepreneurship Week, Together We Build, is a timely reminder that progress is intentional and collective. It was this government, the Dominica Labour Party government, that conceptualized and established the Dominica Youth Business Trust. And for more than 2 decades, we have sustained and strengthened it. We know that a thriving entrepreneurial ecosystem requires institutions like the DYBT at its core. Through the DYBT, this government built capacity. Through the Aid Bank, we expanded access to finance with a 2% loan facility. Through the Small Business Unit, we provided grants and technical support. And through initiatives such as the Tea Village Creole, we created platforms that helped entrepreneurs tap into the peak independence tourism market. But Together We Build is also a message for entrepreneurs. Build with each other, collaborate, form partnerships, share resources, support one another. Because when entrepreneurs rise together, businesses grow stronger, communities become more resilient, and Dominica moves forward. Our government continues to expand economic opportunity through major national projects such as the International Airport, the geothermal energy development, the cable car, and the marine development. These are not just construction projects. They are economic platforms, opportunities for young entrepreneurs like yourself to innovate, create, and lead. These projects will shape the Dominic of tomorrow, and you must position yourselves to take advantage of them. This afternoon, we also honor the determined male and female entrepreneurs of 2025, individuals whose resilience reflects the true spirit of the Dominican entrepreneur. We will also recognize the Business Plan Innovation Award winner, whose creativity points the way towards the future. So, on behalf of the government and people of Dominica, I extend sincere appreciation to the DYBT Board of Trustees, the dedicated, committed, loving DYBT team, our facilitators, mentors, and partners. Your commitment continues to nurture dreams, shape success stories, and transform lives. To the graduates of today, today is not the ending, it is just the beginning. Carry forward what you have learned, remain focused, collaborative, and innovative. Believe in your capacity to grow and allow your business to reflect the excellence that we celebrate today. This government remains steadfast in its commitment to supporting youth entrepreneurship, for it is in your resilience, creativity, and vision that Dominica finds its brightest future. Together we build, together we progress, together we prosper. Congratulations to all of you. May your journeys be guided by wisdom, strengthened by resilience, and rewarded with success. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless this beautiful country. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Before we have the next speaker, I would like to invite Ms. Shanika. She's going to do a performance first. Let us make her feel welcome.
Visions that can change the world, trapped inside an ordinary girl. She looks just like me, too afraid to dream out loud. Though it's sad for your idea, it won't make sense to everybody. We need courage now if we're gonna persevere. Gotta answer when you're called, so don't be afraid to face the world that gets alone. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die. Something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try. Don't stop and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Don't give up. Every picture comes in time. Work today to change tomorrow. It gets easier to see that you can fly. Every step you take, you get closer to your destination. You can feel it now. Know you're almost there. You gotta answer when you're called, so don't be afraid to face the world that gets alive. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die. If something deep inside have everything you need. So if you dream of life, don't let it die. Something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try. Don't stop. Never give up on you. Sometimes less complete is something blocking your way. But you gotta keep the thing reposing inside your heart to fly and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Don't give up. No, don't give up. No, don't give up.
Thank you very much, Miss. Thank you, Miss Shanika Boga. To deliver the teacher's address, let us welcome Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, our Prime Minister, to deliver the
Who owns Trendy Touch? Is he there? Trendy Touch? No? And who owns Stuffed Cups? Stuffed Cups is Miss Domina? Yeah. She's not there. And who owns Let's Sparkle? This Let's Sparkle. What sort of business is that? You can call it a business. You tell us what's your business.
Let's talk has to do with creativity, music, balloons, and decor. I love working with kids, so, and I'm also very talented. I can do multiple things, so I had to come up with a name that kind of covers everything that I do. I comb hair, I do nails, I just name it, I can do it. So I'll make you sparkle in whatever way you want to.
And how do you finance this? How do you finance this?
From my pocket.
And so if you were to capitalize the business, how much would you looking for?
You put me on the spot.
Which one is the amount? In your mind?
I'll send it.
Same thing. Okay, thank you. And Nellis Catering? Who's Nellis Catering?
Nellis Catering is owned by Chanela Prosper, no? And Mr. Pending, what business are you involved in? Electronic and telecommunications. So what do you do? What services do you provide? Hmm. I see. And that's your own business? Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. How did you finance your business? Move on to. Hmm. 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 And so how did you finance this startup from businesses? Okay, excellent. Thank you. Uh, Fresh off the hook. Who is fresh off the hook? That's an interesting business name. Very catchy then. Fresh off the hook. Um, and who is trend with K? Miss Joseph. Yes, please. Can you tell us what business is this, please?
It's a clothing business.
It's a clothing
I
business.
buy and resell clothing items, accessories, and brand replicas.
Where is your business located?
I do not have a physical location. I sell from home.
So from home. So I could buy from you online.
Yes, and then
you
I do
deliver?
deliveries. Yes, and I
Excellent.
also do pop-up shops in town.
And so how did you finance your startup?
Well, I started off my pockets,
Okay.
but right now I'm at a stage where the business finance is itself.
So you started with your pocket because you also had difficulty at the banks, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Miss Joseph, how did you finance your business? Yeah, how did you finance your business? Your own pocket.
From my own personal pocket. Yes.
But do you need to capitalize your business?
Yes. Yes.
And how much money would that be?
Okay, you can never really put a number on it,
yeah.
but we can have that discussion.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. Well, let me say good afternoon to everybody. And thanks for inviting me to be here this afternoon with you and to be part of the graduation ceremony of this group of young people who went through the training by the Dominical Business Trust. And I recognize my colleagues and, of course, everyone on the board of directors and the wonderful young people of Dominica who are here today. Um, when I became Prime Minister, we started looking at a number of issues which were affecting young people. Um, and the bigger issue at the time was access to education at all levels. And so we embarked on a very dramatic policy initiative to allow for greater access to education at all levels, whether it was primary school, not only primary school, but secondary school, and also at the community college and the university at the university level. And so we dramatically increase and improve on the access to secondary education, which allow for every child in Dominica to have a seat at a secondary school in Dominica. That required more classroom spaces, that required more teachers, that required more training of teachers. And of course, at the State College, you have heard me say so many times, and the record will show that in 2000, when we came into government in 2002, I became Minister of Education in 2001. We did a study, and we found out that only 7 out of 100 students who sat the CXA went to college. And so there's no way you could have built a nation if people didn't have access to education and training. As a matter of fact, I graduated in the 90s in the Dominica Grammar School. 122 of us graduated, we started CXs, and only 20 of us made it to college at the time. And in those days, grammar school was the school. Contrary to what the SMA people will say, but grammar school was indeed the top secondary school. And out of the 20, only 4 of us got a scholarship to go to college at the time. So so we created the State College. We collapsed. We consolidated all the different colleges: nursing school, teachers college, technical wing, and the academic wing. And then we created the State College and allowed for 100% access to tertiary education in Dominica. And of course, in university, the story is very clear. We dramatically increased the number of opportunities by way of scholarships, payment of tuition, payment of housing, payment of books and insurance for students at school. And in many instances, we also paid for the airline tickets for many young people to attend university. But in our engagement with young people, the issue of access to loans was always a challenge. Because we as young people, we have ideas, we put it together, but you need the money to invest. And no credit union or bank would listen to us because we have no collateral, we have no security. And some of us come from families, they may have land, but they don't have a title, and therefore is of no legal or material value in terms of accessing a loan. And so this is how the DYBT was created. It was created of that ambition and that intention of solving a problem which existed in society for so long. That is, training young people in entrepreneurship and business minds, but also importantly, of providing financing for them. And this is how we engaged the banks. There were banks that were willing to partner with us, and also the NDFD partnered with us. And so the idea is that you go for training. If when you go for training, you develop a business plan, and then you submit that to the financial institution, and then if you're successful, you get a loan, and you pay the loan as you go along. And there are a few instances where I, as Prime Minister, have had to waive the amounts owed by many individuals because they may have fallen into one problem or the other. They may not have managed the business anyway, because at the end of it, the government is the guarantor. If you don't pay, the government has to pay. And so we place that level of trust, because when you are guaranteeing a loan for somebody, you have to make sure that that person will keep to his side of the bargain. But you also have to prepare to the point where the person may not keep to his side of the bargain, and you have to come in and pay. So we've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars back to the financial institutions because the young people, for one reason or the other, did not pay. And of course, I believe that, and I stand corrected, I think the maximum lending is $20,000 for any business. And the institutions have various interest rates. Some have 6, some have 8, some have 9, etc. But in my view, I believe that the time has come after 21 years for there to be some introspection done, some review done of the DYBT, and to see whether the DYBT as it currently stands is fit for purpose. Does it need some modifications? Do we need to have some surgeries done to it so that we can put it in to be more responsive to the needs of the young people, recognizing that inflation has added to the cost of some things, and whether the amount should not be increased more than the $20,000. I believe that it should be increased maybe to no less than $40,000 per applicant, so that people can have the full amount you need to start a small business, rather than only giving you half or a third of it and you cannot enter the business. And some of the things I'll be proposing in the new year for the restructuring of the DYBT is that there will be the review of the board of trustees to allow the board to have greater flexibility and also greater authority. We'll also be upgrading the position of coordinator to that of chief executive officer, and to upgrade the staff and to bring the staff to a higher level, because they're in fact performing at a higher level. And then we need to ensure that the positions and the remuneration are commensurate with the functions and responsibilities that they're doing. Now, I don't agree with the 6 and 7, 8 and 9%. I think it's too high, especially for startup businesses. And therefore, we will engage those existing financial institutions, and whether they want to have a different relationship with the DYBT, so that the interest rate can be no more than 3%. I can say the aid bank is wholly owned by the government of Dominica, and I can direct the aid bank with our special provision of funds to them, that we can get the interest rate down to 3%. So certainly at the aid bank, I can say now that come next year, the interest rate will be no more than 3% for those borrowing from the aid. And also think too that there are young people who have gone through the program successfully. That is to say, you have graduated, but sometimes your business plan does not meet with favor from the financial institutions. I don't believe that is motivational in it. I believe that if it doesn't meet the requirements, I think we should be in a position to help you to modify your business plan so that you get approval from the financial institution. Because I believe that once you graduate, that is a sign that you're serious. You're serious, and therefore we must give you the motivation to go to the next level and so on. So there's going to be a dramatic change in respect to how we treat with your business plans in terms of providing you with the funding that you need to ensure that we can give you the trust and confidence that you require. So in 2026, you're going to have a fresh new start. We will start on even keel, which means that the government will pay off. As I understand it, you have about $500,000 that are currently guaranteed by the government. We will clear the debt of everybody who owes that $500,000, and to start on a fresh position with a new look DYBT, an upgraded DYBT, a more responsive DYBT, a more accessible DYBT, and also interest rates dramatically reduced for you, the applicants. Now, the other thing that's going to be part of this new look arrangement is that the loans that you will get will also be performance-based loans. And listen to me what I mean by that. If you borrow $30,000 to get it at 3% interest rate, which is a steal, it's a giveaway, you must meet certain targets. Because I don't want you to take a $40,000 and run to St. Martin with it. You understand? And next night I see you on the beach in St. Martin and so on. No. So if we give you targets, so in your first year we give you a target to meet. If you meet that target, then the principal amount that you borrow will be reduced by a percentage. You understand? So we will enter into a 3-year agreement with you, and every year, if you meet your target, then the amount that you borrow will be reduced by a percentage. So it will be a performance based. And the whole idea is to encourage you to stay in business. It's to encourage you to look out for help if you need help, so that you can be successful and grow your business. So instead of employing one person in the first year, by the second year, you might have 2 or 3 because you're growing the business, you're running through to it, you're doing the proper accounting and review of it, you're doing your proper inventory correctly, you're ordering things, and you're not using business money to go on vacation. You're paying yourself a salary, and on that salary, you'll go to Guadeloupe on a vacation, and you must have a separate account for your business. You can't have all your money in a bag and travel all over the place. Once you have money in the bag, you're going to spend it, okay? And so we're going to be restructuring, and in the process of the reviewing and restructuring, we will be engaging people like yourselves based on your own experiences to share with us on how you believe we can better position the DYBT to respond to the needs, to your needs and so forth. And on top of that, we will increase the amount that we guarantee in terms of the guarantee. We will put in not half a million, $5 million that will go towards the guarantees. So we move it from what it is now. So we'll have a $5 million guarantee with the various institutions, so that more money is available for more young people at a cheaper interest rate and at a higher amount that could be lent to you and so on. So there are going to be some dramatic changes. I will lead that process of the review on the government's behalf, and of course with the DYBT Board of Trustees and the coordinator and all concerned, the ministers and others and so forth. And this amount will be specifically for you on the DYBT program. I want to recognize the contribution of the Board of Directors, the Board of Trustees for your service. I think it's important, we value your service and your time, your sacrifice of time, and I'll say to you that you're doing a great contribution to the young people of Dominica and for the guidance and so forth. Because in this world, talking about problems is easy. finding solutions to problems is difficult. It requires time, it requires patience, and it requires a sacrifice of the resources to find solutions to problems. And the Board of Trustees have been very dutifully committed to this task. And of course, the coordinator, Honorable Role, who has brought this passion, this commitment, this drive, this intrinsic, because in life, whatever you do, 80% of it must be passion. And once you have passion for something, then the job becomes easy. You don't become weary and indifferent. You have to have a passion, and passion comes from within. It's intrinsic. You can't go and buy it in the shop. You understand? You have to build this courage to have it intrinsically in you. And once you have passion, you can climb mountains, you can cross mountains because you have passion and commitment comes with that. You can do great things. And so Mr. Rule has that, along with long-standing staff, who've been there for so many years in the vineyard, guiding and training young people, ensuring that young people can turn their dreams into ideas and the ideas into practical, tangible things of success. And we want to thank you. And the many volunteers and the many part-time tutors who come in from time to time, depending on the subject matter on the training. You've been great patriots and committed persons to our country's economic development. So I'm very happy to be here. This is my simple message to you. I think you came here to get your awards and to take your pictures and say that you've finally done it. And today's Friday, so not for long speeches, you know. But I wanted to be there with you to celebrate with you. Because for me, in the many initiatives and policy initiatives and programs and projects that this government has implemented over the years for young people, DYBT remains at the center of this. Because it's an extraordinary demonstration of commitment to young people, ensuring that we can give young people an opportunity, those who not otherwise have the ability to go to the financial institutions and say, here am I come for loan. Most of us would simply have to drive by or walk by the financial institution, knowing that we can't go in. But when you go in there with a document from the DYBT, they listen to you. They listen to you because their money is guaranteed. If their money wasn't guaranteed, they wouldn't listen to you. And it is because the government has placed money in there that they know if you don't pay, then somebody will pay for you. And in many instances, people don't place sufficient trust and confidence in young people. They always believe that we'll fail, and they always believe that we're not responsible. And so sometimes they are fearful to give you that trust and confidence in your responsibility. I remember that very clearly when I became Prime Minister at age 41, that many felt that I was too young to run the country and so on. And I always remember this, that everything we do must give young people the opportunity to show themselves. If they fail, we'll lift them up. If they succeed, we'll say, thank God that they succeed. Well done. So congratulations to you on your successful graduation. We look forward to receiving your proposals, and I'll have the opportunity to meet with you at some other time so we can have a round table and you can tell me what you suggest, how we should deal with this matter. So, Roll, I'd like to see them. Maybe I'll see if I can see them before Christmas, if not after Christmas, so that we can discuss and find a way to advance in this very important reform of the DYBT to make it more responsive to the current day realities confronting our young people. So thank you so much for inviting me. God bless.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. So we now move on to what our graduates have been waiting for, the presentation of certificates and awards. I would like Keziel, Diane, and Cameron to join you up front, please. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with the 19th EDP certificates, and I would like to invite Honorable Akia Joseph to present certificates.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, and it is my distinct pleasure to be here calling the names of, I like to say my babies because they are my first group of trainees as I've been employed at the Dominica Youth Trust. So, with no further ado, we call Miss Louis Andrew of Low Chic Crochet Designs. All right, and we are followed by Deandra George of Lux Beauty Emporium. Junior Martin Durand of RPM Tours and Taxi Services. Followed by Mara Williams of Trendy Touch. Ketura Charles, Exquisite Car Rentals. Aliana Birmingham, Stuffed Crops. Thea Lawrence, Teas Fusion. Mrs. Rennie Rock Christopher of Cairo Concessions. Joni Joseph of Touch by Joe. Luciano Augustine of Doers Daily Measure. Bianca Simon Blaise of Bonafide Bales. Angelina Gilbert of Beauty by Angie. Endurance Christian, Isis Cakes and Catering. Odile John Charles, Clarity Soul Frames. Felina Durand, Toddlers Fashion Sport and Snap Studios. Mahandra Esprit, Waki's Cast Sponge. Leanne Robin, Simply the Best Enterprises. Heather Cynthia Popon, Tiny Treasures Daycare Center.
Thank you, Honorable Josie. We now have the presentation of 33rd SBF certificates, and I would like to invite Honorable Fidel Grant to present certificates, please.
All right, Miss Shanika Bogart, Let's Sparkle. Shania Moranci, Savvy Shoppers Enterprise. Cameron Alexander, Cameron's Leather Sandals. Federica Alexander, Federica's Sweet Treats and Eats. Okay. Priska Julian, Tropical Blends Cafe. Cherish Jeremy, The Flavor Fork. Akiana Charles, Bon La Vie Products. Anna Daru, The Body Bar. Colonel Jules, Kearns the Breeder. Saralyn Michelle, Sarah's Unique Touch. Dave Farrell, Farrell and Co. Professional Carpenters. Travis Campbell, Ease of Vibes. Dwight Thomas, Thomas Brothers Multimedia. Cheryl Antwine, Shawo's Tasty Treats. Shirley's Paris Bell, 20 grams services. Anika Gibbons, Popcorn Squeezing. Shanice Frank, Dimple Stores. Anicia Lewis of Nisa's Delicious Goodies. And Hannah Simon of Fresh Gardens.
Thank you, Honorable Grant. We now move on to the presentation of 44th SBF certificates, and I would like to invite Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre to do presentations.
Good afternoon, everyone. First up, we have Lakia Joseph of Nature Blends. Janik Hippolyte, Lorna Antoine, Tasties Bar and Grill, Carl Stevens, Eagle Auto Services, Kayla Victor, The Gift Bunch, Jasmine Joseph, Jazzy's Washing and Cleaning Service, Negani Sydney, Fresh Off the Hook, Junella Coffee, Joy's Goodies, Yolanda Dawe, Beauty Beyond Skincare, Kalisa Abraham, Glam Doll Boutique, Kalisa Toussaint Etienne, Sweet Addiction Cakes and Catering, Dion Brewster, Kiwi Car Rentals, Prince 77 and Rhythm Knockers Band, Jessica Bedminster, Slain by Tiny, Daniel Paul, Hiram Farms Plus, Alana Honore, Aqua Botanical, Craig Fabian, Maid Lane Enterprise, Diana Dubois, Joyful Organics, Tiana Warner, Top Tier Threads, Shanice Valerie Hilton, Kerry's Groceries, Davy St. Louis, Davy Printing Biz, Kalita Joseph, Trend with K, Marissa Ryan, Mouse Munchies, Lilicia Angol, Asil Consulting, KZ George, Crafted with K, and Malik George, Twin Treats. Judy Toussaint Lovell, CityLink Taxi and Delivery Service, Irvin Pendeng, Pendeng Electrical, Glennon Samuel, Glennon Golden Upholstery, Mondrell Anthony, Brokerage and Logistics, Arnell Richards, Bake My Day, Deidre Coffee, D's Here We Go, Brendalyn Basil, B's Deco, Terrell Raymond, Tavi's Services, Chanela Prosper, Nella's Catering, Jolene Fabla, Loving Loaves Bakery and Catering, Tedisha Joseph, Teddy's Beauty Salon.
Thank you, Honorable McIntyre. I now invite to do the presentation of the social media marketing certificates, Honorable Greta Roberts.
Lean Matthew, Leany Streets. Dinel Libla, Fairmere Designs. Nelista Joseph, KB Medics. Cecilia Christmas, Youth Empowerment Officer. Mahala Riley, New and Thrifting, Mali and Jada Trends, Mali and Jada YouTube. Judy Lovell, CityLink Taxi and Delivery, and Kianels Auto. Angela Dover, Roll with Angie. Rosemary Sweeney, Sweeney's Consultancy. Jemima Mills, Ace Academics. Barbara Lee Jones, Harriet, Chronicle Media Group Inc. Cameron Augustine, Camo. Endurance Christian, EC's Cakes and Catering. Therese Moranti, Chronicle Media Group. Bianca Blaise, Bonafide Bills. Rhonda Roberts Defoe, Mrs. Defoe Childcare and Babysitting Services. Ronaldo Luke, The Chronicle Newspaper. Thea Lawrence, Tease Fusion. Cameron Joseph, Infinity Media. Glorin Joseph, GET Just Because. Sarita Moro. Suzette Benjamin Jajak, Blissfully Brewed Herbal Heaven. Alfia Joy Wati, Joyful Designs Plus. Deandra George, Lux Beauty Emporium. Naim Libla Drell Survival Services. Kimana Julian, Kanso Management Services. Brittany Andrew, Youth Advocacy Movement. Jonel Simon, Youth Advocacy Movement. Jasmine Robinson, Stars Plus. And we go right ahead into our second quarter social media marketing training. Yulana Dawe, Beauty Beyond Skincare. Baronessa Simon Julian, Elise Flavors Pastries and Cuisine Services. Mikhail Thomas, Health and Fitness. Leanne Keisha Robin, Simply the Best Enterprise. Joni Joseph, Touched by Joe. Candice Ducre Williams, Geeker Real Estate. Tedisha Joseph, Teddy's Beauty Salon. Kathy Aubrey Matthew, Kingdom Connection Construction. Kayla Victor, The Gift Bunch. Irvin Pendeng, Pendeng Electrical. Lee Coffee, Lee's Farming and Livestock. Marissa Ryan, Mao's Munchies. Alana Honore, Aqua Botanical. John Job Organic Spec. Wakami Fabian, Youth Officer. Lindy Augustine, Computech Solutions. And Joelle Brown, Jay's Tasty Streets.
Thank you, Mr. Gibbons. We still need you. We still need you, Honorable Roberts, to continue. No, we still need you. So we move on to the presentation of awards. The Business Plan Innovation Award, and Ms. Kezia Augustine will read the report.
All right, the Dominica Youth Business Trust Business Plan Innovation Award is open to participants of the EDP program. They have successfully completed and submitted their business plan for judging, an essential first step towards becoming young entrepreneurs. These businesses may focus on products, processes, or services in any legitimate area of business. So they had to submit their business plans, which were evaluated by a panel of judges. Mr. Danny Joseph from the Small Business Unit, Mrs. Kim Simon Gadier, former trustee of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, and Ms. Lila Tong, also from the Small Business Unit. The participants also went through 2 rounds of pitching. There was round 1, where 8 participants participated, and then the top 6 participants went on to round 2, where they pitched in front of the judges, Mrs. Loana Laura, CEO, Finance Focus, Ms. Shona Durant, Manager, Commercial and Small Business Banking, National Bank of Dominica, and Ms. Ashma McDougall, Business Professional. The entrepreneur with the highest overall score would receive an award sponsored by Campbell's Business Machine and Supplies Limited and the Dominica Youth Business Trust. A cash prize of EC $3,000 and EC $2,500 in kind support. Additionally, free runner-up prizes of EC $2,000, EC $1,500, and EC $1,000 is awarded. We now present the results of the 2025 BPIA competition. In 4th place, with a total points of 200 points, we have Miss Joni Joseph of Touched by Joe. Touched by Joe is a mobile and outdoor spa service in Dominica that brings personal wellness experiences to clients at the beach or in the comfort of their homes. The business offers massages, facials, pedicures, waxing, and body therapies, all grounded in holistic self-care and mental wellness. In 3rd place, with 202 points, we have Miss Aliana Birmingham of Stuff Cups. Stuff Cups is a soon-to-be-launched specialty dessert business in Pottersville, offering a cake in a cup concept featuring rich flavors, creative presentation, and eco-friendly packaging. Using locally sourced ingredients and sustainable practices, Stuff Cups caters to individual event planners and corporate clients looking for customizable, high-quality treats. In second place, with 216 points, we have Miss Leanne Robin of Simply the Best Enterprise. Simply the Best Enterprise is an eco-friendly business based in Bacatel, producing honey-based products under two brands, Lily's Golden Honey and Eco Hive Essentials. Using locally sourced honey and beekeeping byproducts, the company creates natural food items, wellness products, and environmentally conscious household goods such as beeswax, wrap, and seed-embedded packaging. All right, and to announce the overall winner of our BPIA competition with 231 points, we have Miss Renee Rock Christopher of Cairo Concession. Cairo Concessions and Treat is a mobile snack and entertainment business offering cotton candy, popcorn, snow cones, and creative face painting for children's events. The business brings joy to birthdays, festivals, school activities, and community gatherings, delivering fun, safe, and affordable